So, trading recap, it's that time again. After the last video, when we lost 4 trades in a row, I took a few days off, tried to journal a little bit and didn't touch the market. But that gave me an insane good push because I was actually able to take a closer look at my mistakes, and this is why I'm always telling you guys that losses are basically wins, but you can't really understand that if you just trade off of emotions and quick results. So we got 2 very good winning trades, and the beautiful thing about those trades is that we had very good setups. TP got hit on both trades, and I'm gonna show you guys how those 2 trades worked out. So first winning trade, Euro USD, like always, marked out a very important point of liquidity right here. This was also the Asia high, so it was a very important zone. And basically what I wanted to see was a push to the upside so we can sweep liquidity, you know, throw a couple people out of the market so the banks can enter and go short. So basically marked out this liquidity zone, marked out more liquidity zones actually, but this was the most important one and wanted to see it get hit. So let's scale down to the lower time frame. Basically what eventually happened is we came up, took the liquidity, and then I wanted to see a break of structure. We basically formed a very good structure right here. So we got a break of structure right here. And then we saw a fair value gap that was formed. But as you guys can see, the fair value gap got skipped, so it turned out to be a breakaway gap. But it wasn't the only thing that we could use to enter the trade. We also had a very good order block. So we basically took the last move up where the short orders were getting filled, came into the order block zone, and from there on we saw that we break down. So I entered the trade, I think it was right here, took the stop loss to the end of the order block, took a 1-to-1 ratio, I think a bit more, 1 to 1.1, and that was the first trade. Gonna show you how it worked out. So winning trade, New York session, we saw that we were in a very big downtrend and we eventually broke structure right here. I mean, it's also the lower time frame. On this day you really didn't have important zones of liquidity, so we just spectated the market a little bit, and this is also not a confirmation to enter a trade, never, of course, but we saw break of structure to the upside, and what I wanted to see was a push, and we got that push. So a trading entry basically would be for me to see price getting back into this order block right here. Eventually we also came down again, so came down into the order block, and then I wanted to see a break of structure to the upside again, and then of course a fair value gap, which we actually created right here. And then we can scale down to the 1-minute chart. Price actually dipped in a little bit more into the fair value gap, and after we pushed up again, I entered the trade right here, took the stop loss below the last important zone of liquidity. I think I entered a little bit later. Yeah, I entered a little bit later. So it was actually, let me just grab that. Actually entered here because I wanted to, you know, have a safe trade, and this was the final trade with a 1.3 ratio. And I'm gonna show you guys a trade. Absolutely beautiful trade. Very important, what I also wanted to add here, why did I take the take profit to that area right here? Because we basically had an old fair value gap that never got tested. and this is why our take profit area was in the fair value gap area, in the bearish fair value gap area. So basically we also came up higher again, but that doesn't matter anyways. So little information for that. Alright, that's it for the video. We're back on 10K again. Used to be on 9.7K, now we're back again. Yeah, as you can see it here, it worked out pretty bad. Then we had those 4 losing trades, and now we're back. Happy about those losing trades, happy about those winning trades. Doesn't matter in the beginning phase, it's all progress. Thank you guys for the support on the last videos, for the comments, for the likes. I hope you have a blessed day, and see you soon.